we got the indictment right here. Don't have to use
Mm-hmm.
your imagination, folks. Conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction and attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. That one I had to pull up, Title 18, United States Code, Section 241, because that just sounded super strange. Conspiracy against rights. But if you read this thing, I've read almost all of it. It's 45 pages. When you issue an indictment, this is the most scathing charges that you can bring. And the way that you write an indictment is the big one first. So if someone killed 5 people, robbed a bank, and stole grandma's purse, you put it in that order. You'd say, you killed these 5 people, and you robbed this bank, and you stole this lady's purse. That's how you write an indictment, folks. You put the sexiest thing up top. This is the thing that we got them for. And
Yeah.
and it's nothing. They're saying the big crime is you said that you won an election when you knew. He has to say the words. Donald Trump knew he lost, because there's this thing in the law. It's called mens rea, and it means, if you've ever seen on a TV show, they say it's not enough that we have the evidence. It's not enough that we have video. It's not enough that we have the suspect under arrest. We need to know why they committed the crime. If you don't have a motive, it's hard to convict someone. It's hard to convict them because someone who almost failed out of law school, like Joe Biden, knows that you
Right.
need mens rea. You need the reason the person committed the crime. The knowledge of evil, I think, is what the Latin is. So they have to know that they're breaking the law. They have to know that they are doing the wrong thing while they're doing it. Donald Trump believed that he won the election. Hey, I can say Joe Mobley believed that Donald Trump won the election. I still might. I don't know if we're allowed to say those things on YouTube. But that's not a crime. That's
Yeah.
constitutionally protected activity. I can think, I can say, and I can believe, like Hillary Clinton
Yep.
did, like Stacey Abrams did, like what's his face, Hanging Chad's guy, Al Gore did.
Mm-hmm.
All of the Democrats who have lost and a handful of Republicans who have lost have believed and publicly stated that their elections were stolen. And they're
Yep.
trying to say that that's illegal and conspiracy to all this other crap.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it goes anywhere.
No, I don't think so either. And I mean, to your point where, you're writing an indictment and it's got to be like, it's a big deal. And I think that, that's part of the thing that just blows my mind about this is how much of a mockery the justice system is right now. Like, we're just throwing out indictments for anything. Like, we're just throwing out charges. We're just like threatening to arrest people. And it's to the point where we have far too many people that don't really care whether or not we're actually breaking any laws or if there is any actual offenses committed. I mean, they see this. Well, I think most of the people that think Donald Trump is actually being indicted on legitimate causes actually haven't read this thing, and I did sit down and read most of it as well. But they actually think that somebody saying that the election was stolen, or saying that they believe they won the election, they think that that's a legitimate crime. And that's, I think that's a product of our education system. That's been a product of dumbing people down. It's been a product of repeated propaganda, repeating ideas over and over and over again until they just become true. And people are so willing to see this man go to jail just for saying that he believed that he won the election, just for saying that, hey, we need to look into this.
But
And by the way,
Samantha,
guys,
he lost. Look, it says it right in the indictment. The defendant knew that they were false statements. Give
okay,
me a
and
break.
yeah, and so we've got to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. How do you go about doing that? How do you prove beyond a reasonable doubt with every single one of these jurors that he knew that he wasn't telling the truth, or he knew that, this was all a lie and he was misleading people? Like,
What's the questioning going to be like? Mr. Trump, Isn't it true that you knew that you lost the election? No. What are they going to drill down on? No, you
Right.
knew. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I still
Yeah.
think that I won
Well,
because I did. That's what he's going to say. I think he'd be like, look, he's doing it
exactly.
again. And it's like, he believes that. And what about
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton? If this is high crimes and misdemeanors, what about Hillary Clinton? Or
Yeah.
Stacey Abrams? Stacey Abrams is famous for having lost an election and roll around the country saying that she won it and it was stolen.
Yeah. Well, and I think, as much as bring up those examples, because there's numerous examples of the Democrat Party spending years saying that Donald Trump didn't win the 2016 election, that Hillary Clinton should have won, and Hillary herself, like interview after interview after interview, saying that she had the election stolen from her. You know, the whole point is that as obnoxious as it was to hear Stacey Abrams say, "Hey, I'm really the governor of Georgia," or Hillary Clinton saying, "Hey, the election was stolen from me," as annoying as it was, nobody was saying Stacey Abrams and Hillary Clinton belong in jail for those things. Like,
Nope.
they're allowed to run around and say that as much as they want. And it didn't even cross anybody's mind to say they need to be arrested, put handcuffs on them. And that is not the country that we want to be living in. But unfortunately, there are too many people that are going to have to learn that the hard way. And by the time we get to that point, we're not going to be able to turn it around.
Another thing that the guy said in the video was, and you're right, it was very annoying to hear her say she was the governor. But another thing the guy said in the video is he was so careful about his words. He said, he had these advisors who were lying to him, saying the same thing
Mm-hmm.
that he was saying, that he won the election. And he ignored the advice of advisors who said, you lost, you should say that you lost. Those advisors who were named with their positions in this not affidavit, in this indictment, those were his lawyers. So just so everyone
Mm-hmm.
knows how this works, if FBI knocks on the door and they say you're under arrest because you committed this crime, I might get 1, 2, I might get 5 attorneys. If I have 4 attorneys and 3 of them say these are our ideas about how to prove you're innocent of this crime, how to prove that you didn't do this, and then one of them says you should plead guilty and throw in the towel, that guy's fired. But they can't come back and say you ignored the counsel of these advisors. Like, no, this guy was a bozo. This guy was
Yeah.
like, admit to the crime that you didn't commit. So he got fired, and now you're going to use him in the indictment.
Yeah.
Hey, if you
Yeah.
enjoyed that clip from the Joe Mobley Show, of which I join every Thursday evening to talk about the week's biggest headlines and the stories most likely to make your head explode, there's a few things I need you to do. First, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and share it with others. Also, be sure you are subscribed to my channel. You can click the link in the description box to catch the week's latest full episode, and tune in every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where we stream on all major platforms on both of our accounts, including YouTube, Getter, Twitter, and Facebook. But most importantly, Rumble, because we do need to support platforms that support free speech. Also, be sure to catch my daily videos where I talk about the topics that I think matter to everyday people, especially those of us trying to raise kids in the insanity known as today's society. I do appreciate your support on my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.